Hi Flosstube, my name is Kenny and this is my channel Kenny Stitches. I'm also Kenny Stitches on Instagram and this is my channel all about cross stitch. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for checking out my video. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back and seeing what I've been up to. Today is Saturday, May 31st, and this is episode 36. This is going to be my May wrap up and everything I've done for the month, and I'll talk about some plans for June. So first up, I had a finish in May. It was Stitch Mania, and I had planned to work on Nora Corbett designs all month long, and that didn't happen. I picked out 4, and I finished 1, so that was a win. And then I picked up another one and tried to work on it, and I just wasn't into it. So yeah, so I did finish. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you saw that I finished Ophelia's Pearl, and she is stitched on 28 count Pixie's Playground Jobelin from Pole Stitches. There we go. She's really pretty in person. When I picked her back up, I didn't have any of her head done. I had like this orange part of her bodice. I didn't have any of these ribbons or the back stitching at the bottom. So probably about 2 weeks into May, I finished her. And then, yeah, it was probably about 2 weeks in. And then I had back stitched down here, and I carried my lines too far, and they were really loose once I took them out of the Q-snap. So I ripped them back out, and I restitched all these, this one, and this one here. So everything's nice and taut as it should be. So that is Ophelia's Pearl by Nora Corbett. And then the rest of the month, I worked on one whip, and I had 3 new starts. 3 new starts. So the whip I worked on, this is Happy Campers from the Blue Flower. And this is where I'm at. I filled in this big block of blue here, this block of blue with the moon. I did this tree, this flower, and these 2 boxes here. So this is where I'm at. And the fabric is 40 count Ledger from Be Stitch Me. It's Verdal, so it's an even weave. I love how it's coming along, especially now, like seeing this not so close up on it myself, like on camera. It's more variegated than it looks like as I'm stitching it, so I'm happy with how it's turned out. So I'll probably keep this one out for June, and work on it here and there. This probably won't be a very long update, but next I started, so this, I never thought I would get this pattern. If you're not aware, the Primitive Needle, the designer Lisa, she passed away a few years ago, and all the patterns were out of print, very like high cost aftermarket, like secondhand charts. Her daughter Mariah decided that she was going to digitize all the patterns and release them, and this one finally was released. It is Witch's Hollow. Very sought after, very very much wanted by stitchers. So all the designs that have been released, I believe, are www.primitiveneedle.com. There's been several that have come out, and she's still releasing more. So I did buy this one, and I bought 2 more that I'll show in my haul. But I got all the over-dyed threads for it, and I bought them at my LNS. They had a D-Stash kind of yard sale a couple weeks ago that I took part in. So I got all my over-dyed threads. They They were out of several, and then as I was checking out, the owner, Sarah, she was like, oh, we just got a week shipment in. I said, oh, I need some weeks like for this pattern. She said, well, let's open the box. And I probably stood at the register for like 15 to 20 minutes going through the colors I needed. And they ended up having all but two, which I did order and get in. So this is my start. I started at the top with the owl. This color here that like finishes the owl's head was one I was missing, seaweed. So I did go ahead and start the owl, and I love how he looks so far. This is on Ceres, C-E-R-E-S. This is 46 count linen. Yeah, 46 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. So here's my progress so far. I'm very excited to work on this one, and just, you know, work my way down and make some good progress on this. So I'm very excited about this one. Next, my next new start, well, let's backtrack. My next new start was the Burrow Tails Sal from Quaternion Creations. It's a mystery Sal, and I started it almost 2 weeks into, well, probably just as the second part was about to come out. I started it, and it is released on a 2-week basis. Every part comes out 2 weeks, and every 5th week there is a 2-week break between parts for catch up. And I am actually caught up with it. I am working my way through part 3, which just came out this past Wednesday. So this is my progress. The owl was part 1, the squirrel was part 2, and the bats are part 3. It only uses 3 colors. It's charted with 310, 580 or 581, and 900. So this is, the fabric I'm using is Middle Earth 32 count linen from Be Stitch Me, and I love how it's turning out. I am using, and I was shocked, I am using the DMC 310 on this, and it actually is covering pretty well. In the past, I've had issues with it looking sparse, or, you know, just kind of not covering as well as I think it should, but it's actually turning out pretty well. You can kind of see, it just uses the red and the orangish, or the reddish orange and the green as kind of pops of color here and there. These bats are gonna have the red eyes, and then there's a green like leafy plant down here somewhere. But yeah, I'm loving this. This is the first, not the first pattern I own by her, but this is the first one I've actually started. So I love how this is turning out, and I do hopefully plan to keep up with this one as the weeks progress. I'll go back to that after, you know, today, like as I stitch, that'll be what I'm working on till I finish part 3. So, and then my last new start, this is the summer sampler from Crochet to Go-Go. I have all of these. I think I've started the winter one, but I love these bears and the turtles here. Just the bears having tea is just like, I think they're having tea. Oh, they're eating honey, but super cute. And this is my start so far. There we go. The fabric is 40 count Verdal Gold Rush from Be Stitch Me. And it's all charted in DMC. So here's a little sunflower in the border. I think there's 2 or 3 colors of yellow in there. But yeah, I started with the flowers and the leaves, and then I just started kind of working my way around the border here, and then I'll start going from there, filling in the borders. The inside border is like a double border. There's that brown, and then there's white outlining it. So hopefully, I don't know if I'll stitch the border all the way around. I don't know. We'll see. But there's my start. So as I mentioned, I guess now we'll go into haul. my LNS had like a D-stash yard sale. I think it was the second weekend in May, I think May 17th maybe. And I took a lot of stuff, and I did like okay, I guess. I still have a lot to de-stash, and I'm just trying to figure out the best way to go about it. I don't know if I'll do it on Instagram or start a Facebook group or what, but I I have a tote full still of things to sell and pass on to other people. But I did buy a couple things from other people who were there selling. It was colder than they anticipated. It was a lot windier than they anticipated. Last year they did it in August and it was like 100 degrees. This time they did it in May, and it was a colder weekend up there. It was like 57 and windy. So I didn't bring a jacket and I wore shorts, and my husband went with me. He ended up going to Walmart and getting himself a sweatshirt, and he got me a blanket to wrap up in. So, but I mean, it was okay. The money that we donated to reserve a space, and the money the shop made all went to Riley Children's Hospital. So it was for a good cause. So, but these are the things I bought from the other people destashing. This is Reindeer Games from Erica Michaels. I know I have the Halloween one, and I'm not sure if I don't have this one, but it was like $2 or $3 in the destash. So yeah, so I picked it up anyways. This is Christmas Quaker from Primrose Cottage. If you saw, I think my last video, I did finish the spring Quaker. So this is just another one to add to future stitching plans. And this is the Cocoa Quaker from Primrose Cottage. And then I also picked up, this is the ice skating snow globe from Bent Creek. And it's complete, like all the threads are in there and everything, the fabric. I love these. I have the narwhal started, and I think I have the polar bear started. So just another one to add to someday stitching. And then the last thing I bought from them, from the sellers, this is Tiny Tidings from Lizzie Kate. And now that I'm thinking about it, I bought something else from the shop. Oh, here's the bag. I bought a couple things from the shop. I picked up this treasure braid and these beads for a whip that I needed. I'm hoping the treasure braid works because it calls for a Krennic, and there's not an exact treasure braid match for the Krennic, and they didn't have the Krennic, so I just bought a red hoping it works out. This one's been on my list. It is Bluebird from Color Etoile. Cute little pattern. It's all charted in DMC. This I think was a market release, and I hadn't picked it up yet, so excited for that. And then this one they posted on their, the shop posted on their Facebook page, and I think I'd seen it somewhere else posted, but this is Aviary from Jed. I think it's just called Jed X Stitch. I love this, and it calls for a Threadworks, and I got the only skein they had. It is Threadworks 10244. It's kind of like this turquoise or teal bluish green, but I love this. They had a couple others, but this one was my favorite. I love the dragon, and I love the birds here. So that is probably on my sooner rather than later start plans. Then I placed an order with Garon Stitchery because I'd been waiting for somebody to get this pattern in stock, and Garon ships lightning fast. So once they said they had it, I placed an order. This is Stitching Rules from Primrose Cottage. I have the Christmas, the polar one, about half done. And I have it sitting out just staring at me to be finished. But I love this. It's charted with color and cotton threads, but also has a DMC conversion, which I'll do, the DMC conversion. I also picked up Christmas Fawn from Satsuma Street from Garon, and Bottoms Up from Shannon Christine. Cute little Easter bunny in the truck. I also got from Acorns and Threads. This was a retreat exclusive pattern, and they're selling it in their shop and online. This is called Acorns and Friends from Lola Crow. Super cute. I love this one. And then from Leslie, Under the Sea Fabrics. I have a package coming Monday. Supposed to be Monday. It's got some fabric in it and the rest of my market charts. But in the meantime, this one had come in and I ordered it from her. It's Sea and Shore from the Blue Flower. So it's kind of like a companion piece to my Happy Campers. I love this. I love everything about this. It's super cute. And I ordered from my thread lady. I ordered all the overdyes for Sea and Shore and Baby Animals from the Blue Flower. And it had my extra threads for the Witch's Hollow in it. So now that I have these, I have 2 more kitted projects to add to the pile. I didn't print the color pages for these because I will when I start them probably, but from the Primitive Needle, I also got Hoodoo Voodoo. And I'm not sure with these, they're called for Weeks. Yeah, Weeks Dye Works. I might just work out a DMC conversion on these. We'll see. And I also got Hallow Sampler, also from the Primitive Needle. If you hear a chainsaw in the background, my neighbor is cutting down trees between our house and his, so. And then my friend Tatiana at Cross Stitching Art Designs, she was having a sale over Memorial Day weekend. I bought 2 charts from her. This is Bellaria, the Queen of Elven Night. Super cute, super pretty. And I bought, this was her newest release. This is Talia, the Nymph of Everleaf. She's super cute. I pulled all the DMCs for her already. I have the beads came in. I have 3 of the 5 Krennics. The other 2, well, 3 because they use, one uses 2 spools, but the other 3 spools will be here Monday. So she's also very high on my start list. So plans, go into plans. Obviously, I'll be starting probably Talia soon. And my friend Christine, she is making her, hopefully soon, making her long delayed return to Flosstube. We are gonna start Within a Dream from the Artsy Housewife. I am gonna do the full version. She's talking about doing the 2 smalls. We'll see. But then she was talking to me this morning. She's like, that's a lot of border. I'm like, well, it's, you know, probably not much different than doing this whole thing. So we'll see what she does. But I do have all the overdyes for those. I need to pick a fabric that I'll probably do after this video. I'll probably pick a fabric for this and for Talia now that I have all the threads. I need to pull, I think it has like 4 DMCs in it. So I'll need to pull those. And then My only other planned start this month, hold please. My friend Tyler, Will It Stitch, here on Flosstube and Instagram, we are going to start Santa of the Forest from Lavender and Lace. We're going to start this on June 25th, halfway to Christmas. I don't think we're calling it like the halfway to Christmas Sal, but we're 6 months away from Christmas. So we decided, when we started the Urduha, we also decided we were going to start this in June. So June 25th, we'll both start this. I have him kitted, except I don't think I have the metallics. I think it calls for a metallic and some beads. I don't have those yet, but I've had the rest of it kitted for at least a year and a half. I have fabric, all the DMC, I have the working copy ready to go. So we'll be starting that together June 25th. If you have the pattern and want to start it with us, feel free. And tag us on Facebook or Instagram if you start it with us. Or if, you have Within a Dream going and, want to, or you want to start Within a Dream with me and Christine, also, give us a start with that. I'm going to start this as soon as I finish part 3 of the Sal. I'm hoping to finish it today so I can make a start on this tomorrow. Because I love this so much, and I love all the DMC or the overdyes. I'm sure I'm gonna stitch it on 40 count. I have bought all the threads for the 40 count measurements. So yeah, I'll be starting that hopefully tomorrow. If not, probably Monday, if I can get through a part of the Sal today or tomorrow. So really, that's it. Pretty short wrap-up video for May. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much for all your comments on my past video. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys that have shared it to your Facebook, to your stories, to Facebook groups, stitching groups. It really helps me out to get more notice, more exposure. I am not very far off from 3,000 subscribers, and once I hit that, I have a few giveaways planned. Some will be for US subscribers, some will be for international, some online gift cards. Those are my plans. So again, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all your comments and nice words over the last few videos. I really appreciate it. And I will see you at the end of June for the June wrap up. So I hope you guys have a great June. Get lots of stitching in. I know it's about to be summertime. So I hope you guys have a great June, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.